Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lucia and this is Lulu's Leaves.
I'm no good at being good, but I never said I was. And I feel misunderstood cause I'm trying hard to love.
Today I wanted to show you guys how I've been decorating with my houseplants in my new home. And I have this beautiful plant shelf behind me that I wanted to style with you guys today. It is currently set up, but I do want to kind of redo that and see if I can make it just a little bit better. I have a few different accessories and I also have lots of plants to move around on the shelf. So I thought that it would be a good idea to show you guys my process and teach you guys a little bit more about how to decorate with your own houseplants. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, definitely continue watching this video all the way through to the end. It helps me out so much. Also, if you're not already subscribed, you can hit that button down below and give this video a thumbs up. But that is going to be all from me. Let's get straight on into today's video. All right, so I'm first gonna start off by taking everything off the shelf so that I have a clean slate so we can just decorate all together. There are definitely some plants that I know I want to keep in the same spots, but I'm still going to take everything down and just rework it in my mind in case I change my mind afterwards. All right, so everything is off the shelf, but I want to talk to you guys about a few things before we start putting plants back on the shelves. So I like to stick to a few rules when I am decorating my plant furniture. I want to make sure that every single level has at least one trailing plant on it. I want to make sure it has one upright plant on it, and I want to make sure that it has one piece that is not related to plants, or at least not actual plant matter. It could be like a little decoration that has a plant on it, but I want to make sure that it has at least those three elements on each shelf. Other than the top, because I don't know if the top really needs like a sculpture piece or something like that, but we'll see. I might add something to the top as well. So the top shelf is our first priority, and I do want to move this epiphyllum into the center because it is going to be the tallest plant. And for the center of the top of the shelf, I do want to have it come to kind of like a point. So let me move that. Okay, so I'm liking the look of that. Now I definitely want to find a trailing plant because that is an upright plant. So I think the first trailing plant we're going to put on that top shelf is the super long philodendron heteroecium that I have. This guy here is so long, it touches the floor and then some. So I'm gonna put this one on the top shelf so that it's not trailing and dragging on the ground too much, especially if you guys have pets. It's definitely not safe to do that. So I am going to make sure that it's off the ground. Mine is also super tangled, so I'm gonna make sure I go through and untangle this so that it can spread out around this corner rather than just being kind of in a bunch like this. This can be a really tedious job, but it is definitely worth it once you get it all unraveled. And you realize they can be trailing a lot more than you thought they were. You can see here that this space was really empty, but after just unraveling a few of these smaller pieces, we've been able to fill in this front corner here, which will be nice if we just put a plant back here that's kind of peekabooing through the vines here. So I'll spread these guys out too. I definitely want to focus the longer vines to the side, and then the shorter ones can come out front here, just to frame up the corner of this shelf. So yeah, that guy is all done there. I did originally have my Hoya Carnosa Crimson Princess on the top shelf as well, but I think I want to try it down a shelf lower because I want to not make the top super top heavy, because I do have a tendency to do that. So we're going to leave the top alone for now and start working on this shelf so I can kind of place the bigger pieces and then fill in the gaps with the smaller pieces and the decor pieces as well. So I'm thinking we're obviously going to do this one on the opposite side because it just to balance things out with the trailing plants. I just realized that this guy is not attached to anything, so I'm gonna go propagate this guy. This will actually be really nice. I can put this in one of the propagation jars that we have and place it on this shelf as well. So this is actually good timing. So I think this looks super beautiful here. I am going to wrap this piece around to the side so that it kind of trails between, oh, I'm attached. So that it kind of trails between the shelf and the TV to add a little bit of greenness there too. So yeah, I'm just gonna bring this guy around here. I might even do that with a second piece here too. So hopefully there you can see that this piece is just kind of hugging that side and wrapping itself around that post there. So next up, I'm going to take this upright plant. This is a Paphiopedulum garnet crown. Yeah, that's the name. And it's really a beautiful plant. So this one is going to go on the shelf below, I think, as an upright plant. Actually, you know what? I think it's gonna go below because I, again, don't wanna put too many large plants on the top two shelves because it's really going to make it look top heavy. And I really want to avoid that this time around. So this guy is just going to go in the center here because it is another larger plant. And I have one large plant up at the top here, one large plant on the side here. So now I want to go in the middle and kind of follow that kind of pattern. So yeah, I'm really liking that. Now I'm thinking I want to put this guy as the trailing plant on this shelf here. So I'm going to put this one off to this side. Again, because if I put it right here, it would be blocked by this trailing plant already. So I want to sort of alternate and go back and forth. We also want to make sure that there's not too much of one color on each shelf. So you can see here I have this nice natural basket with this orchid. And then this pot here is a nice beigey gray color or almost white. So that is a good kind of contrast in color too. We want to make sure that there's not too much of the same color on the same shelf. I'm going to put my Hoya, what is this? Hoya Carrii albomarginata. It's looking a little rough, but it will kind of be camouflaged behind that plant. So it's kind of strategic. So this guy is going to hide behind the princess. Yeah, I think I like that better, just because I don't really love looking at that plant too much, so it's not going to make me upset that I can't see it the best. So this shelf is actually done for plants, so I'm going to add an accessory piece now, and I think I'm gonna put this little terrarium on this shelf. I think that'll look really nice. Just centered there. Yeah, I think that looks great. So I'm coming back up to this shelf to start filling this one in, and I want to make sure that I make it clear these are not hard and fast rules, but I do really think that plants that are not tall or that are not visible from the front and have to be viewed from above shouldn't be on shelves near your eye level or above, because you're not going to be able to enjoy them at their full potential. So I like to put plants that are either tilted forward a little bit or trailing higher up, although we still need trailing plants below. I do want to make sure that you can see the plant how it should be viewed on its specific shelf. So to fill this one up, I want to make sure we pick a plant that doesn't need to be viewed from above. For this shelf, I'm going to use the Philodendron Silver Sword because this one is already facing forward. It's a really beautiful plant. It's putting out a brand new leaf there, but this one's gonna look really, really nice on this shelf. So we're gonna put it back because this plant right here is front or forward. So we wanna make sure we're alternating back and forth as well. So that looks really good. And then I'm also going to throw my Monstera Peru on this shelf as well, close up to the front here. Am I don't know. This is tough because I do have this, these vines trailing here. So we may actually just leave it like that or find like a decorative piece to go back here that's not super special, but I'm gonna actually leave that space for now. And instead, I'm actually going to put this Peru on the top shelf so that we can fill up that last spot. I'll show you guys. So we're just gonna put it right here and it will grow down towards that sun. Yeah, that'll look good. So I actually have this other terrarium that I think I'm gonna put behind here and we'll just see how that looks. Yeah, actually that looks really, really nice. I'm not sure if you can see it as well as I can in person, but it is coming through behind these vines still and looks really, really cute. And it matches the other terrarium, so it's a really good tie-in from shelf to shelf. So it looks like the top 3 shelves are complete for the most part. I may put something decorative in the front of the top of the middle of the top shelf. Oh my gosh, that was confusing. Yeah, I might put something there, but let's go on down to the bottom shelf where I will put the rest of the plants. I also did want to mention that it was really important to me that I didn't clutter this shelf up because before we did move and we're able to have plants everywhere, this shelf was super cluttered and I really want this to be a stylized piece. So that is where I'm kind of going with this. So down on this shelf, I think I want to put this Hoya Shepherdii. It's going to look really nice with this salt lamp here. This actually doesn't turn on unfortunately anymore, but we're still gonna keep it there. This guy is going to kind of stay in the back there. And then we're also going to put this orchid down here because it's best viewed from above. So putting it on a lower shelf is definitely the right call for this specific plant. I'm gonna bring this forward a little bit so that I can put 4 or 3 plants on this shelf. And this can kind of be a 4th item that we'll stagger with still. So this will stay up front here. And I think we're gonna put the Hoya Calistophylla back there. I think I also wanna put this magnifying glass that I have on that bottom shelf, just kind of staged here. I think that looks really cute there. And then I also have this piece I got from John Street Shop. It's some beautiful dried flowers, or yeah, I think those are real dried flowers. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna put these guys up on the second top shelf. So this is just gonna go right there, I think. I'm slightly angling it towards the door so that when you walk in, you see it really nicely and it's not on an awkward angle from where you're typically going to be seeing it from. So that's why it's kind of on this angle here. I also have this Christmas cactus that I think I'm gonna put on the top shelf just to fill up that space, but I don't know. I really don't want to make it top heavy, so I think I'm actually gonna leave that top space empty just to give myself some time to think about what I want up there really hard. I don't want to just throw anything up there, and it might just throw off the balance if I put another big plant. So actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I have this little guy, and this is gonna go up there. Okay, it's not looking exactly how I wanted it to. I think this looks better. I will do a little like overview once we're all done and show you guys from a better angle. My tripod just doesn't kind of go that way very well. But the last few things that are gonna go on this shelf are these propagation jars. So let's go fill these up at the sink, and then I will find some plants to propagate and put in these guys to display them. So I'm just going to place those jars on the shelf kind of randomly. They don't really take up that much space and they're clear, so it's not super important where you do end up putting them. I'm gonna put a smaller one up here, and I'm gonna put two on the bottom shelf here. Just one right there. And scooch this a little bit and put one right. Or I think that'll be okay. And then I'm gonna take this cutting that kind of fell from the plant and just take off the bottom few leaves to expose the nodes. I will put this one on the bottom shelf so that it's not too close to the mother plant of this. So that looks cute there. And then I'm also gonna take a little cutting from my Hoya, what is this? Pink silver? Or Pubicalix pink silver? Just this little guy right here, and I'll put this in the top one. And then I'm just gonna take a cutting from the really long philodendron, and we'll take off this bottom leaf to expose that node, which probably, you don't really have to do that with these guys because they have aerial roots, but it would be submerged underwater anyways. And we'll just put this one in the last jar. All right, guys, so here is a quick overview of what we did. I'm gonna go through and show you guys close up, but this is kind of the front angle here. And I'm really, really proud of myself. I didn't overdo it on that top shelf, at least in my opinion, and it's not looking super top heavy. And I still have lots of decoration everywhere, which I really wanted, not just plants. So yeah. We've got the epiphyllum up there in the back. Then we have up in the front here that, what is it? A Cryptantha, or Cryptanthus absolute zero. And then my Monstera Peru on the edge here, and this beautiful Philodendron cordatum. And then over here we've got my little hexagon terrarium and this dried art piece. And this is the propagation. I don't think you guys saw it when I was doing it, but it looks super cute in this jar. And then the silver sword back there, looking nice, facing forward. And then this really nice trailing piece that really kind of softens up this corner here. And then we have hiding here the plant that I don't really love, this Hoya carrii albomarginata, and then another terrarium with some Hoya croniana in it, and then my garnet crown paphiopedulum, my pink silver Pubicalix, looking really nice. And then down here we have the plants that look better from above. So another Phalaenopsis, Violacea indigo X Sib, and this Callistophylla, this propagation, the magnifying glass, the salt lamp, and the, what is this, Shepherdii, and then also this propagation. We also have a basket down there, but this is just for storage. I didn't want to put any plants down there. But yeah, that's it. All right, guys, well, that is it for the styling of this shelf. I really hope you guys did enjoy it. Let me know if you want to see more videos of how I style with my houseplants, and I'm happy to give some more tips if you guys are interested. But yeah, that is going to be all for today's video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up down below and subscribe to my channel. But with all of that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!